Know your why. No matter if it's just, okay, I'm trying to be vegan, even if you just starting something new in life, why am I starting? Know your why first, because if the why means something to you, you ain't gonna fall off so quick, or you'll be more inclined to stick to it. My why was life or death. I really felt like I was gonna die, and this gave me results, and I started feeling better. So I said, I'm gonna stick to it, right? So what is your why? That's first and foremost.
Today I'm here with actress and influencer Tabitha Brown. Tabitha became known for her journey from chronic illness to vegan advocate. Currently a brand ambassador for Whole Foods, Tabitha spreads her story of how a plant-based diet saved her life to millions of followers every week. Tabitha, it is so great to have you on Nelda Live. Welcome.
Thank you. I'm so excited. I appreciate that.
Oh yeah. I've been interviewing, I've had several guests lately that are talking about plant-based diets. And I know that that is so important to you. So if you could you just kind of walk the audience through your journey to becoming a vegan?
Well, I always tell people I didn't go vegan because I didn't like how non-vegan food tasted. Okay. That is not the case. But I went vegan because back in 2016, I woke up with this terrible headache in the back of my head that literally rested there every single day for 1 year and 7 months. It would not go away. I also had chronic fatigue, chronic pain throughout my body. It's just like my body began to attack itself. I would have good days and really, really bad days. I would sleep all day and night sometimes. It was just, I couldn't get well. Doctors could not figure out what was wrong with me. I would go to the doctor week after week, month after month, MRIs, blood work, everything would come back normal. And it was so frustrating. Fell into depression, major anxiety, because you're like, what is wrong with me? Something is not right. You know when you know your body, right?
Yeah.
And so my daughter had came home from school one day and she told us she had saw this documentary at school, and she told me, she said, Mom, I think you should watch it. And it was What the Health. And so we watched it as a family. And when they started talking about all diseases in your family are not hereditary, it's that we eat the same thing causing the same disease in your family, right? And that was like a light bulb moment for me, because my mama died at 51 of ALS, which is a rare disease. There's no cause or cure. My dad just turned 69, and he's the oldest male to ever live in our family. And so for me, I thought, well, the only thing I could think that we all share the same is that we all eat meat. It was like a common denominator. And I thought it's also the only thing I have not tried, right? And so I said, you know what, let's do a 30-day vegan challenge. And we did it together as a family. And in the first 10 days, my headache disappeared.
Wow.
And the days after that, I started getting more energy again. I started feeling like myself again. And I just was like, okay, I'm on to something. And after the 30-day challenge, I didn't stop. I just decided, this is going to be my life, honey. I'm about to do this. And I've been doing it now for 3 years, and it literally saved and changed my entire life.
Wow. So what is it about the standard American diet, if you will, that is causing all of these health issues?
I can't tell you, right? I don't know what it could be. I do know that a lot of things that we eat, say, okay, if we're talking about meat, right? Meat ain't what it used to be. I hear people say, well, my grandma ate meat and she lived to be 100. And I would always tell them, and she probably also knew the animal personally, okay? It was a lot different years and years ago. There was not mass production. They were not, just almost like recycling animals, like just constantly trying to, get a mass production going. They're torturing them. It's so many of them. They're breeding them left and right. And these animals have diseases and cancers and anxiety and depression. And they say you are what you eat, right? And if you eat, that's kind of what we get. And so I think that food is just not what it used to be. If you don't know, if you can't see the source of where the food comes from, that's kind of like a problem to me, right? We know the plants grow from the ground. You can even have a garden. That's the thing to me. I need to know what I'm eating. And I think for me, I know so many hormones go into meat now. I wasn't a bad eater. I only ate chicken and fish, and I didn't even eat dairy. I ate turkey, chicken and fish, and I hadn't had pork or red meat in over, 25 years, right? And I'm allergic to milk, so I wasn't eating dairy. And so chicken was like my thing. But I also know they're pumping so many hormones and different steroids. Even if it's sometimes it say farm raised, I'm like, I don't know if they got a stamp that they just using it or what the case may be. But for me, I think that my body reacted to the steroids or the hormones or whatever the case may be. It just was not, making me well. And when I stopped it, honey, my whole body started to change and feel better.
So tell us about that. How does your body feel? How do you feel now that you are vegan?
Honey, I feel amazing now, right? I still have, issues that I've had. I had a car accident when I was in high school, Sonny. So this neck, going vegan ain't fix the neck, okay? It does help with inflammation because I know how to treat inflammation through my diet now, things like that, where, some days it used to take me weeks before my, if you have an episode and it flares up and you're tired, you wake up and you're stuck to one side, they used to take me weeks sometimes to recover. But now I know, okay, I can juice, I can eat, anti-inflammatory foods, and within 2 or 3 days, I'm feeling back to normal, right? But I have energy, I have mental clarity, I just feel good, Now, I always tell people vegan don't mean skinny, honey, because I still be eating bread and noodles, honey. So I still got hips and fries, girl. But I feel amazing. I really do. I don't have the headache, that I had for so long that literally made me feel like I was going to die. I don't have the anxiety anymore, the depression that I was in. I feel free.
Yeah.
I feel Yes.
Oh, that is so good. You said something that interests me. You said, I eat so I know to bring that inflammation down. Do you ever take any over-the-counter inflammation stoppers? Or
Every blue moon, I might take something, right? But I also take turmeric pills. Like you can get the extra turmeric, and pepper. So that's a great anti-inflammatory and pain reducer. So I try not to take medication if I don't have to. Only because when I was sick, I took everything they offered me. Mm-hmm. It probably made me worse, right? I had a lot of bad reactions to a lot of medication, desperate to feel better. So if I don't have to take it, honey, I ain't taking it.
It's interesting because I react to anti-inflammatories. So I have a very bad reaction to them. So that's interesting that you do too as well. So let's talk to someone out there in the audience today, maybe who's thinking about this same journey. Maybe that's something I need to do, right? So what advice do you have for them? Do they need to go completely vegan? What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I always tell people one day at a time, right? The main thing is not to be hard on yourself. Know your why. No matter if it's just, okay, I'm trying to be vegan, even if you're just starting something new in life, why am I starting? Know your why first, because if the why means something to you, you ain't gonna fall off so quick, or you'll be more inclined to stick to it. My why was life or death. I really felt like I was gonna die, and this gave me results and I started feeling better. So I said, I'm gonna stick to it, right? So what is your why? That's first and foremost. I did a 30-day vegan challenge, and to me, I made it fun. I was like, okay, I'm gonna try this, I'm gonna try that. I was trying recipes. I was, discovering new treats and things at the store or go to restaurants or whatever the case may be. But I really made it fun, but I took it one day at a time. We did it together as a family for those 30 days. But then after the 30 days, my husband, he started back eating chicken and fish and whatever he wanted to, because that's his business. But I had to cook for a year on my own. And I had to be okay with that. I had to know that I'm on this journey for me. It ain't got to do with nobody else. And that's one of the things I always try to encourage people. Don't think you need a partner to do it. You got to sometimes go on journeys alone. And then if you do decide, okay, this is for me, I want to do this. Think of all your favorite non-vegan things you love to eat and try to make those things vegan, right? The list of things that you can't have is way smaller than the things you can have. We know we can't have chicken and fish and turkey and, beef or pork, no dairy, no eggs. Everything else you can have. Everything else you can have, right? So the list is smaller, and try to take the thought of vegan, just take that word out of it. Because when you hear that word, you just start freaking out. Honey, your mind start thinking like, oh Lord, what am I eat? Grass? I'm gonna just eat salads every day, honey. I ain't eating salads every day. I like a salad, but I ain't eating it every day, okay? Mm-hmm. But those are the things I tell people. One day at a time, and just Don't overthink it.
So here's another part of this journey that just tickles me. Your vegan diet and your amazing personality just spawned this social media world for you. And I have watched you during COVID. I've watched the numbers. It's just been delightful for one thing. But so how did all of that happen?
Well, you know, I started doing videos back in 2017 when I started my journey, being
Right.
vegan. It only happened because I had a dream after having my coming to Jesus moment, as I call it, in my bathroom a couple of weeks before, where I had kind of just, prayed and asked God to really, it was like my last call to him, right? Because I'd been sick for so long, I was desperate to feel better. And I didn't think he heard me anymore.
Mm.
And so I had my moment in the bathroom where I prayed and I said, God, if you heal me, you can have me. And I won't try to live my life my way no more. I'll simply do whatever you ask of me. And I really meant it. I really did mean it. And a couple weeks later, I had this dream. And I saw myself on a show of some sort. And in the dream, I had, like, my hair was a little short, little afro. And I spoke with my accent because for many years, I never spoke with my accent because I was always told to cover it. I always wore my hair long and straight because I was told to. This is a look, you're in Hollywood, right? Or you're in corporate America. You got to look and talk a certain way. But in this dream, I was completely me. I was completely free. And so when I woke up, I know, ever since I was a child, my dreams have always come to pass. My mama always told me I had the gift of dreaming. And so when I woke up, I prayed and I said, okay, Lord, what is this? Because I hadn't really been auditioning or working like that because I've been not well.
Mm-hmm.
But I know what I saw. And so I prayed and I asked God to reveal that to me. And I heard a voice that said, start doing videos. And I was like, start doing videos? Like, why in the world would I do a video? Like, no, I don't want to do no videos. And again, the voice said, start doing videos. And so during my time of going vegan, that 30-day vegan challenge, after I decided, yes, I'm going to go vegan, this is going to be my life, the same voice that I had heard that day that told me to start doing videos whispered in my ear and said, now tell people what you're eating in my videos. And I was like, oh my God, Lord, people going to think I'm crazy. I had already done shaved off all my hair and now I ain't eating meat. I'm from a small town in North Carolina. They're going to be like, that Hollywood got that girl, she gone now, But I said, okay, I'm going to be obedient. I'm going to, do these videos and tell people I'm going vegan. When I find, a vegan option, I'm just going to share it with you. If I cook in my kitchen, I'll share that with you. And so I did that for a couple months in 2017. I started like August, September. And around October, I told my husband, I feel so good now. I'm feeling better. I feel like myself. I ain't got no money though, because my savings is gone. And my husband is my partner, not my provider. And so I said, well, I need to go back to work, but I don't want to get a 9-to-5 because I want to be able to go to auditions and get back to acting. And so I told him I'm going to go drive Uber because I feel like I'm going to get discovered in my car because I'm in LA. I'm going to pick up a director or a producer or somebody. They're going to love me. And honey, I'll just call you from the set. I literally just thought that and told my husband, I'm going to get discovered in my car. Well, I never picked up a producer or a director, nobody. But on December 30th of 2017, I dropped somebody off that morning by Whole Foods. And I said, oh, Whole Foods always got a vegan option. I'm still a new vegan, So I would go in to get me a little breakfast. And I had never heard of vegan bacon. Got the sandwich called a TTLA, honey. Sandwich was so good, I ate the first half of it. I was sitting in my car because I'm on my Uber break. When you drive Uber, you the boss. And so I said, well, I need to tell people about this sandwich. So I did a video sitting in my car and told people I found a new vegan option. That nobody was watching my videos. I was getting a couple hundred views, maybe a couple thousand after a couple weeks or so, right? So I didn't think nothing about the video. I posted it, went back to driving Uber, turned my notifications off. I get home and turn my phone, notifications on. My phone is going crazy. I was like, what is going on? And the video had over 50,000 views. And I was like, what in the world? Like, who watching the video? Next day had over 100+ thousand. I told my husband, I said, I think I'm going viral. And he was like, well, what that mean? I said, I don't know. He said, well, you going to make some money? I said, I don't know, right? And then within like 3 or 4 days, Whole Foods saw the video. They reached out and they said, we love you. We'd love to work with you. And I became their brand ambassador. And I went on to like tour the country for the last 2 years and continued to do videos every day from my kitchen. And as I toured and went to restaurants and tasted food, I just continued to grow this amazing following on Facebook and Instagram. So come this March, I had maybe 500,000 followers on Facebook that I had grown over the last couple of years, and 200,000 followers on Instagram. Honey, I was set. Okay, I was doing well. All right. And my daughter came to me and she said, Mom, you should get on TikTok. And I was like, girl, why in the world would I get on TikTok with them kids? That's for kids. I ain't getting on there. She said, Mom, you could be like the TikTok mom or something. I think it'd be fun. You can maybe do your little recipes. And I was like, girl, I don't know about that. But she kept on pressing me. And then I said, okay, let me see what this TikTok thing is all about. And I got on there in March. I think like March 9th was my first video on TikTok this year. And it went viral pretty instant. Like the first day or two, it had a couple 100,000 views. And I was like, oh, okay, the kids like me on here. And then I would start to read their messages. And they would say things like, oh my God, her voice is so great. It helps with my anxiety. Oh, she's like the mother I never had. Her voice feels like a hug. All these great things. And so I started to feel like it was my responsibility to give them that piece of me, right? And as time went on, the next thing I know, I had been on TikTok for 1 month and I had 1 million followers. And the next week I had 2 million. So I got 2 million followers in 5 weeks. And every month after that, another million would come. I think I'm almost at 5 million now. And that's how it all started. That's how I got to this point, because I ended up, getting on TikTok, and it literally blew the roof off of things. Things just completely went crazy after that. And of course, we went on quarantine, and COVID-19 shut the world down. And people needed somebody to look at, I guess, honey, and here I was.
Well, and it does resonate. So, and you said your voice, and there's some wisdom there, right, that you're given as well.
Yes, absolutely. We must listen to that.
Yeah, absolutely. So now you have this amazing platform. Where will you be going forward with that? What's up?
It's a everyday thing, right? When the platform for me is a responsibility. Mm-hmm. I'm always very responsible with what I put out, right? My goal is always to make people feel seen, loved, and heard, right? Sometimes people need to laugh. Sometimes they need to cry. Sometimes they just need to feel like they are not alone. And so I will always continue to do what I do. I try to always inspire people. I always, whether it's through food or inspiration. I'm writing a book right now, an inspirational book, and also working on a cookbook, working on a television show, because I am an actress, and my goal and dream has always been to be America's Mom and do a fun sitcom. So I'm working on that as well. And I have a new show that is actually launching next month with Ellen Digital. And so that's called All Love with Tabitha Brown, because, I love to spread love and lead with love. I think that's one of the things that the world is lacking the most of, but is what we need the most of. And that's fun, another show where we can talk about life and food and, motherhood or parenting and all those different things. And just continue to be who I am and let whatever happens, and, let things come naturally.
Tabitha, what I love about what you're doing, your messages are always filled with joy, affirmations, gratitude. Yes. I love to hear you speak in gratitude. So how do those messages fit in, and how do you think they're connecting?
Well, for me, gratitude is everything, right? Every day we wake up, it's something to be grateful for, right? Because everybody didn't make the wake-up list today, but we did. Mm-hmm. So I'm always very thankful for that. And I think, when you go through, I've been through a whole lot, right? And when you see like death so often in your family, it makes you grateful for life and for the simple things. And when I watched my mom go from being this amazing, vibrant woman who wore high heels every day to literally being trapped inside of her body, right? Not able to move at all. But the mind was never affected, right? She could still blink and she could move her lips and we could read her lips at the end. But never once did she complain. Never once did she complain. Never once did she say, why me? She was just always so grateful. And it just taught me a lot about life, right? And the things that we have a choice in. We have a choice in how we want to feel, what we want to give out to the world. And so I make a choice every day that I want to give that. I want to give light. I want to give love, right? Because I also have been depressed. I also have had major anxiety. I know what the darkness feels like. And it ain't no fun. Okay, let me tell you, it's not fun. And I had made a vow to myself, if I ever was to come out of that dark place that I was in, I would always choose light. And sometimes, especially during these times, the world is heavy right now. Mm-hmm. People are depressed and having major anxiety. And guess what? I get to do a TikTok that's maybe 59 seconds or Instagram a couple minutes. That may be the only time somebody gets light in their day. Mm-hmm. If that is the case, I want to be that. So that's where my inspiration comes from. That's why I do the videos that I do. And sometimes all of a sudden I just have this thought and I feel like God puts them there inside of me. And so I said, well, somebody must need to hear it. Let me turn my phone on and do a video, right? Even if it's just one person. Even if it's just one person, I've done my job. I've done something well. And that's where it comes from.
Well, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. You know, audience, if you're not following Tabitha, I can't imagine people who aren't following Tabitha. But anyway, you're not familiar then with her sayings. And, you know, there is one of your catchphrases, but it's just one that you use that I love. You used it earlier, because that's my business. That's so right. Tell us where that comes from. What does it mean to you?
You know what? I always say that my life is my business, right? Your life is your business. If you don't take care of it, honey, you'll go out of business. Okay? It's your business to live your life the way that you want to, right? Not overthinking things because somebody else did it one way. Honey, this is your business. You do it however you want to. Live your life the way you need to. It's such a freeing feeling when you know, oh, honey, I'm about my business. It's my business. I ain't gotta worry about what nobody else talk about. I'm gonna just do what I feel like doing because that's my business.
It is your business, girl, and you do it well. I want you to know. So I'm going to head to a couple of audience questions if I can. I love this one. Okay, we're ready. Tabitha, what's your favorite comfort food?
Oh, honey, a burrito.
Okay. So tell us what that is. How do you make it?
There's so many different kinds. I love a burrito, right? But I love like fajitas. I put my black beans with a little bit of pintos, my red and green peppers, my sweet Vidalia onions, extra guacamole, salsa. And, you know, when I want to be heavy on my carbs, and I'll throw some rice in there because that's my business, right? And wrap that sucker up. I put it in a spinach tortilla wrap. That made me feel like I'm doing something good, even though I'm just putting it all together anyway. But yes, I love a burrito.
Sounds good to me. Makes me hungry. Okay. The other one was, Tabitha, what is your biggest challenge becoming vegan?
Biggest challenge? I always tell people that's really not a fair question for me because I was so desperate to feel better that I didn't get any of it like a challenge. However, I will say, I do even to this day, you know how people count sheep in their sleep? I count crab legs. Honey, I used to just love to dip a crab leg in the butter, honey. Some nights I just be grabbing them from the air, honey, just dipping them in the butter and just eating them, honey. I miss a crab leg, Jesus. I do miss a crab leg.
Does anyone make a vegan one?
Well, I have discovered lobster mushrooms, right?
Oh.
And they taste so much, you know, you season them the right way and put your butter with that same feeling.
Yeah. Mushrooms are amazing. What we can get to today is amazing. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, 7,000 kinds of mushrooms. Did you know that?
Whoa.
7,000? I was like, I'm just getting started. I know a good 12 of them. I ain't met the rest of the family yet. I got to go to the mushroom family reunion.
Yeah, we should go do that. That would be great. I mean, I really do want to do a segment on mushrooms because it's fascinating.
I would love that. Let me know when you do it, girl. I want to go.
You want to go? Let's do it. All right. We got a date. All right. So, Tabitha, where are you headed next? I mean, okay, you got this. Tell them again what's coming out next month.
So next month is All Love with Tabitha Brown. That's on Ellen Digital Network, or Ellen Tube, as they say. So that's happening. I'm actually, I don't know when this will air, but I have a lot of like presses coming out, a lot of fun holiday things that I'm doing with like Steve Harvey. And it's just, fun cooking in the kitchen, right, for the holidays. And still, again, writing my book. I'm actually also launching a hair care line. I call my hair Donna.
Donna.
Donna, yeah, I named her Donna because, when she was growing, when she was a little baby, as I call her, when she was real short, she started to grow up here real straight. It was just sticking up one day when I was cooking live. And I was like, Lord, she must be kin to Don King the way she's growing. And so I started calling her Donna. So I have her hair collection coming out on how she has been able to grow so quickly. It's called Donna's Recipe. And that will be launching the end of November. So I'm very, busy and continuing to do content every day and try my best to keep spreading love and light to the world. But
Well,
yeah,
thank you for all the love that you do pour into the world. I know you're here for such a time as this, and I just appreciate the way you share your journey, so that other people can have a healthier lifestyle, and that they can know the health and the vibrance that is you. So thank you so much for what you do, and I want to be sure that you get to tell everybody where they can find you.
yes, you can find me everywhere on social media. I am Tabitha Brown, and YouTube Tabitha Brown. Yes, or
Well,
IamTabithaBrown.com. That's my website.
all things Tabitha. Well, thank you so much. Such a delight for
Thank
me to be able to interview you. And I really do thank you for being such a loving force in this world.
I appreciate that. I thank you so much for having me. And then, we have to close out the right way, right?
Let's go for it. Go, girl.
And then they're going about your business, baby. Have the most amazing day. But even if you can't have a good one, don't you dare go messing up nobody else's, here. Thank you. I love you, hon.
All right. You guys check out Tabitha. You just don't know what you're missing if you're not following her. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I appreciate you.